The concept of surrogacy is a worldwide controversy that is used all over the world, both illegally and legally. Overcoming health issues and avoiding China's one-child policy are two major reasons for why men and women choose surrogacy. However, there are still people who see surrogacy in a negative light and compare it to slavery. The surrogate mother, also called a gestational carrier or birth mother, is a woman who agrees to become impregnated and bear a child for another. Surrogacy first came about in the mid-1980s in the United Kingdom and the United States. Traditional and gestational are the two general categories of surrogacy. Traditional is when the birth mother's own ovum is fertilized artificially with sperm from either the intended birth father or an outside sperm donor. Gestational occurs when the surrogate carrier is artificially implanted with an embryo that does not belong to the surrogate mother. Additionally, surrogacy arrangements can either be commercial or altruistic. An altruistic arrangement is when the surrogate doesn't accept any compensation except her out-of-pocket costs, which include reimbursement for medical and psychological expenses, rent, lost wages, and life insurance. A commercial arrangement is when the surrogate is reimbursed and then also paid additionally for her services. Contracts are used between the intended parents and the surrogate mother to clearly state the intentions of what is supposed to happen. Surrogacy is an increasingly popular option in cases where the mother is unable to conceive or carry a child. Infertility affects 7.3 million people in the U.S. This figure represents 12% of women of childbearing age, or 1 in 8 couples. Juliana and Bill Rancig is a celebrity couple who have recently used surrogacy to overcome their health issues. After 4 years of struggling to conceive, Juliana received devastating news that she had breast cancer. Before getting diagnosed, she went through 3 IVFs where one she miscarried and the other one didn't take. Juliana was able to carry the embryos from her 3rd IVF due to her cancer medication, so the couple decided to combine it in a gestational surrogate. Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick is another couple who took advantage of surrogacy after having problems getting pregnant for a number of years. They had twins through a surrogate mother because they have been unable to conceive since the birth of their son. Surrogacy has become a popular solution for same-sex couples. Since they are physically unable to conceive, couples hire surrogate mothers to birth their children for them. Elton John and his partner David Furnish became fathers in 2010 thanks to a surrogate mother. The couple originally tried to adopt a 14-month-old HIV-positive boy named Lev from an orphanage in Ukraine. The country rejected their application, reportedly because of John's age and because Ukraine did not recognize their gay partnership. Because of this, they decided to mix their sperm and have their baby through a surrogate. Surrogacy is becoming popular in China because the Chinese are able to avoid their one-child policy by using it. China is the world's most populous country, containing 22% of the global population. The Chinese government chose to implement a policy which limited each family to only have one child. Their one child per couple rule started in 1979. They promote this by offering a one-child certificate to couples who have a single child and pledge not to have any more. However, just because they are receiving proposals doesn't make the population problem go away. People in China still find ways to get around this policy, and surrogacy is a popular way to do that. Even with propositions, people in China still have more than one child, and they are receiving harsh consequences for it. According to Agent France Press, if families with several children could not pay thousands of dollars in fines, officials ransacked their homes and took their belongings. Officials also forced women that were pregnant with their second child to have abortions and sterilized others. China has recently tried to say that they are rid of forced abortions, but one-child policy groups are fighting back and accusing the government of just saying that and not actually meaning it. All Girls Allowed is a 2-year-old advocacy group that is fighting for women who are being forced to abort their children. They are standing up for mistreated women and trying to stop that from continuing any further. Because surrogate parenting is illegal in China, Chinese couples are now coming to the United States for surrogacy. California is a prime destination for Chinese to get surrogate mothers because of its large Chinese American community and its court's liberal attitude towards surrogacy. The biggest debates caused from surrogacy are whether it is best characterized as selling babies or providing personal services, whether participants should undergo mandatory screening, whether legal paternity is affected, whether the contracts are completely enforceable or not, whether it exploits women, children, and the poor, thereby undermining public policy, and whether state and federal governments may legally interfere with an individual's private procreative choices. People tend to be against surrogacy because it violates human morality and is even compared to slavery. There are several different opinions on the topic of surrogacy. It is frowned upon in many areas, but it is also a way to help less fortunate people grow a family. Women and men use surrogacy to overcome their health issues, and China uses it to defy their one-child policy. However, even though surrogacy is being used to help create families, people are still comparing it to slavery.